Hey everyone, this is Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge. Welcome back to another podcast here at Harper Cigar Lounge. I'm Troy Harper. As many of you probably know who I am, but if you're new to this channel, again, I'm Troy Harper. I'm the owner of this channel here at Harper Cigar Lounge, and I'm grateful to be with you guys again and to discuss more great music with you guys, discuss a great cigar, smoke this cigar and review it that I have with me today, and discussing a great lady today in rock. I'm going off the beaten path a little bit today. Um, I'm not discussing someone today that is not in the heavy metal hard rock genre, but a lady that is a great rocker and the most beautiful lady I believe that's in rock. And so anyway, as you guys know, I've already revealed who it is in the background there. But yeah, Stevie Nicks is who I'm going to be discussing today. And I got my Led Zeppelin shirt on today because I don't have I wish I had a Stevie Nicks shirt, but I don't. But I know Stevie Nicks is a big fan of Led Zeppelin. And I heard a live version of her singing rock and roll, and I thought it was just terrific how she did that song. I can't remember what concert I saw it on, but I saw a live performance of her doing rock and roll from Led Zeppelin at one time. It was just phenomenal. Um, so anyway, this is season 4, episode 9. So welcome. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like, leave your questions, comments, and feedback for me. Share this content with everybody you know. I'd appreciate that. It only takes a second or two to hit that like and subscribe. Another few, maybe another minute to make it, put a comment in if you choose to do that. But all that helps this channel to keep growing and it becomes stronger. And so anyway, yeah, I'd appreciate it, guys, if you would do that. All you ladies and gentlemen out there that are new to this channel. And I appreciate all you new subscribers out there to this channel. Make sure you hit or check out my Facebook page, my Facebook group page under the same name, Harper Cigar Lounge, over on Facebook. Make sure you check that out. A lot of great cigar content, hard rock, heavy metal content there as well. But yeah, thank you for being here again today, guys. Without you, I couldn't do this. I wouldn't want to do this without you. So let's get into this. And you guys are just the greatest. So I hope you guys all know how much I appreciate you that have been with me from the beginning up until now. You guys are all terrific in my book. So anyway, but again, thank you guys for being here to hang out with me and to be here with me today. It's an honor to be back with you again. And I'm going to try to throw out as much content as possible to you guys this month. And going forward, I've got some different schedules in my work now. That's allowing me a little more time and freedom to do more content here. So I got a lot of things planned. So anyway, but again, so today again, this is season 4, episode 9, and I'm going to be discussing Stevie Nicks today, my favorite lady in rock. Um, just a great lady, and the most beautiful lady I feel in rock as well, and the most mystical woman I've ever seen in the rock world out there. Just very mystical. Just her persona, the way she acts on stage. Um, she's just, yeah, just very enchanting and mystical. Every time I watch her or listen to her sing, I really can't express the word in words how I feel, how she makes me feel. But I just feel, I mean, her music just makes me feel terrific. So anyway, but by the way, cheers to you guys. I got some Cuban coffee this morning, and I got a couple candles lit in here, just to make it a little more, just to make the vibe feel more Stevie Nicks like. So anyway, but yeah, I'm excited to do the show today. So and then let me get into the cigar here that I'm going to be smoking and reviewing today. This is a really beautiful cigar. And this is one I've never had. This comes from the Boutique Cigar, is where I purchased this. And this is the Don KIKI Gold Label, blended by the late KIKI Berger, that had passed away back in 2014. He was at the age of 56. So KIKI Berger, of Cuban crafters, that died at the age of 56, back in 2014, I believe, is when he passed away. I believe it's his daughter, um, that that is continuing on with his business. So anyway, Karen Berger, I believe, is his daughter's name, if I remember right. Um, so anyway, but yeah, so Gorgeous Cigar says Don KIKI limited edition. So this is a limited edition cigar. Not sure how many were produced in this with this cigar, but really, really pretty gold band and foot band on there. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So anyway, I'm really excited to smoke this. This is a 6x56 Toro, um, Nicaraguan, a Nicaraguan cigar. I believe the country of origin is Nicaragua. Filler is all Nicaraguan. Filler, binder is all Nicaraguan. The outer wrapper is a Maduro wrapper. This is a full-bodied cigar, aged to perfection. And it says here from the first to the last puff, your taste buds will tingle and dance from the hints of leather and cedar, the spices that enhance all flavors on the back of your palate. It's a perfect balance of all the Esteli. Let's see, it's a perfect balance of all that Esteli has to offer. So, yeah, so Esteli, yeah, I know a lot of cigars are very well known from Esteli. But this is just beautiful. It's got a really dark, oily wrapper, a little veiny, but not overly veiny. Um, yeah, just a gorgeous cigar. So, wow, the outer wrapper's got kind of a salty taste to the outer wrapper. Um, it's got just a slight grassy smell to it or aroma to the outer wrapper. Let me give this a clip, and then I will toast this up and do a final light. Take this. I gotta take this footband off here. There we go. Just a plain gold footband, but it's pretty footband, of course, and just really beautifully rolled. I can tell the way that tobacco looks on the inside. Really excited to smoke this and to review it. And I'm using my Calibri cutter that my son got me a couple years back. V-cut, guillotine cut. It's got a cigar rest on the top if you want to use it for that. And then I ended up picking up this really nice case. This strap on the back, I'll show you what this does. When you put your lighter in there and you push your lighter down, that strap disappears almost. But so when you pull that, so you pull the strap and it pulls your lighter out for you. So I think this is just really cool. Pulls your lighter out for you. So anyway, really cool leather case that I got directly from Calibri for this lighter or for this cutter. And just a beautiful cigar case. Really is beautiful and really nice leather. And I got it in blue, but that is genuine leather. So I guess I'll put that over there. See how the cold draw is here. Well, the cold draw's got a nice kind of a milk chocolate flavor to it. That's kind of different. I usually get some like baking spice or cinnamon or something on the cold draws. with a lot of the cigars that I smoke. So anyway, let me get this toasting up, and I will do a final light on this. And I'm not when I toast my cigars, I don't engulf it in the flame. I let the heat uh, get that get that foot going. So that should be good now. I got that nice and evenly lit. I think it's ready to go. Well, and I'm getting a lot of nice spice right at the beginning of this, the first puff here. Mm, wow, very good. Some baking spice, just some spice, some kind of baking spice to it, but just some nice pepper as well. Yeah, this is really good so far. We'll see how it continues to do. Anyway, let's get into Stevie Nicks here. Yeah, my absolute favorite rocker, female rocker, and of course she's originally a member of Fleetwood Mac. Um, well, I was hoping that picture would show it better. Well, never mind. She's right there on the corner, but she's wearing white with a white background, so that probably wasn't the best picture to show you guys. Um, but anyway, um, I will show you guys a picture of her when she was with Fleetwood Mac on something different. So, um, but my gosh, Stevie Nicks, I've been following her since I've been a kid. First time I saw her on MTV, I was just, I don't know, being a young boy, seeing a beautiful woman on MTV, rocking it out. Yeah, it did something to me for sure. And I just fell in love with her as a young boy. I thought she was just gorgeous back then. I think she still is. Of course, she's older now. Still a very nice looking lady at her age. But when she was younger, she was just, I thought she was the hottest lady in rock. And I couldn't wait to see her videos on MTV. I never passed up a video of hers ever. Um, but let me get into a little bit of some history on Stevie Nicks. Originally, Stephanie Lynn Nicks, born May 26th of 1948. Of course, American singer-songwriter, known for her work with Fleetwood Mac and as a solo artist. Born May 26th, 1948, so she's at the age of 77 right now. It's hard to believe, but she was born in Phoenix, Arizona. At her age right now, she's, very nice looking lady at her age. Um, she started she started working with music when in 1967. So from 1967 till now, um, and she was married to a gentleman for a very short time. It was just a few months that she was married to Kim Anderson. So she divorced him a few months. Um, Her friend passed away, so she, for some reason, thought it'd be a good idea to marry her her widowed husband at the time, and she realized that was a bad idea. She thought she was doing a favor to this gentleman since his wife passed away, but really she was just trying to fill the void in her life that she talked about in some of the interviews I've watched. Uh, she's had some relationships with other people. Of course, Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac from 1972 to 1976. Don Henley from 1977 to 1978, and Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac also from 1977 to 1979, and Joe Walsh from 1983 to 1986. Her genre is rock, pop, blues, folk, rock, pop, blues, and folk rock. Instruments that she knows how to play is tambourine and vocals, of course. I do believe vocals is an instrument, definitely. Not just anyone can get up on a stage and sing and perform the way she does. So I definitely believe that vocals are an instrument. I really do. Um, and of course, uh, her works have been from Fleetwood Mac in her solo career. Um, and then before Fleetwood Mac, there was and I'm getting ready to order it, but it's Buckingham Nicks. That was an album that Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham did together. That wasn't successful um, before they joined Fleetwood Mac. So, um, and let's see here. The Buckingham Nicks album was recorded in 1973, and it was on. Let's see here. It was on Polydor Anthem Records in the U.S. and Quality Records in Canada. Rhino. Right now, a 2025 re-release. So that's what I'm getting ready to pick up. The producer on that album was Keith Olsen. Um, so anyway, but Stevie Nicks is pretty well known for her work with Fleetwood Mac and her solo career. Um, After starting her career as a duo with her then boyfriend Lindsey Buckingham, releasing the album Buckingham Nicks, to little success, the pair joined Fleetwood Mac in 1975, helping the band to become one of the best-selling music acts of all time, with over 120 million records sold worldwide. Rumors, the band's second album with Nicks, became one of the best-selling albums worldwide, being certified 21 times platinum in the U.S. That is an incredible certification for an album. And that was in 1981. In 1981, while remaining a member of Fleetwood Mac, Nicks began her solo career releasing the studio album Belladonna, which topped the Billboard 200 and has reached multi-platinum status. She has released 8 studio albums as a solo artist and 7 with Fleetwood Mac, selling a certified total of 65 million copies in the U.S. alone. After the release of her debut, her first solo album, Rolling Stone named her the reigning queen of rock and roll, which I definitely agree. Nicks was named one of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time and one of the 100 greatest singers of all time by Rolling Stone. Uh, yeah, again, um, Nicks was named one of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time and one of the 100 greatest singers of all time by Rolling Stone. Their Fleetwood Mac songs Landslide, Ryan On, and Dreams, with the last being band's only #1 hits in the US, together with her solo hit Edge of 17, have all been included in Rolling Stone's list of 500 greatest songs of all time. Nicks is the first woman to have been inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was inducted as a member of Fleetwood Mac in 1998 and was inducted as a solo artist in 2019. Nicks has garnered 8 Grammy Award nominations and 2 American Music Award nominations as a solo artist. She has won numerous awards with Fleetwood Mac, including a Grammy Award for the Album of the Year in 1978, which would be Rumors, of course. The albums Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, and Belladonna have been included in the greatest of all time Billboard 200 albums chart by Billboard. Rumors was also rated the seventh greatest album of all time, Rolling Stone. List of the 500 greatest albums of all time. Let's see. Rumors was also rated the seventh greatest album of all time, Rolling Stone list of the 500 greatest albums of all time. So number 7 out of 500, ranked at number 7 out of 500. That is incredible. As well as the fourth greatest, and let's see, also as well as the fourth greatest album by female act considered. That's incredible. That really is incredible. Wow. So anyway, so going back to Stevie Nicks, when she was born Lynn Stevie Nicks at the Good Samaritan Hospital in Phoenix, Arizona, to Jess and Barbara Nicks. Nicks is a German, English, Welsh, and Irish ancestry. Nick's grandfather, Aaron Jess, AJ Nicks, Sr., taught Nicks to sing duets with him by the time she was 4 years old. Nick's mother was protective, keeping her at home more than most people, and fostered in her daughter a love of fairy tales. Let's see here. As a toddler, Stephanie could only pronounce her name as TeeDee, which led to her nickname of Stevie. Um, Give the cigar a relight here. I've let it go out on me here. Due to my talking, I think I haven't been puffing on it enough. So I won't give this a strike yet. The first time I have to relight a cigar, I usually blame it on me talking too much. But if it continues on and on, then I start wondering if it's other issues instead. So hopefully that will be the only relight I have to do. I'll try to puff on a little more to make sure that doesn't go out. See. Anyway, so as a toddler again, Stevie could only pronounce her name as TeeDee, which led to her nickname of Stevie. This is a quote from Stevie Nicks. I listen to a lot of top 40 R&B radio. I love the Shirelles and Martha Reeves and the Vandells. Stuff like Remember Walking in the Sand by the Shangri-Las. My grandfather bought me a truckload of records when I was in the 5th grade. There must have been 150 singles. Country, rockabilly, some Everly Brothers, a song called Party Doll that went, come along and be my party doll, and I'll make love to you. So that was by Stevie Nicks. Her father's frequent relocation as a vice president of Greyhound had the family living in Phoenix. I'm sorry. Her father's frequent relocation as a vice president of Greyhound had the family living in Phoenix, Albuquerque, El Paso, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and San Francisco with the Goya guitar that she received from her 16th birthday. Nicks wrote her first song titled I Loved and I've Lost, and I'm sad but not blue. She spent her adolescence playing records, constantly living in her own little musical world. While attending Arcadia High School in Arcadia, California, she joined her first band, The Changing Times, a folk rock band focused on vocal harmonies. By the way, this cigar's got some really great draw to it. It's not too loose, not too tight. The construction's still doing good. Getting some great smoke off of this. The aromas are terrific off of it. Getting kind of a sweet cedar kind of a aroma off of this. But yeah, I'm getting some nice milk chocolate kind of flavors out of this as well, which is pretty common, for Maduro cigars. Dark chocolates, milk chocolates, dark roast coffees. I'm getting all that right now. Dark roast coffee, milk chocolate, or some dark chocolate. Getting still a little bit of spice. The cigar is definitely, for me, probably more on a medium side right now instead of full. But to a beginner, this would probably be more of a full strength cigar. But more medium, probably medium to full strength for me on this cigar right now. Anyway, um, Nicks met her future musical and romantic partner Lindsey Buckingham during her senior year at Arthurton High School in Arthurton, California, when she saw Buckingham playing California Dreamin' at the Young Life Club. She joined him in harmony. She recalled, "I thought he was darling." Buckingham was in a psychedelic rock band, Fritz, but two of its musicians were leaving for college. He asked Nicks in mid 1967 to replace the lead singer. Fritz later opened for Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin from 1968 1970. Nicks credits both acts as inspiring her stage intensity and performance. Nicks and Buckingham attended San Jose State University, where Nicks majored in speech communication and planned to become an English teacher. With her father's blessings, she dropped out of college to pursue a musical career with Buckingham. Um, so anyway, yeah. So then, from between 1972 and 78, Buckingham Nicks and Fleetwood Mac took place. After Fritz disbanded in 1972, Nicks and Buckingham continued to write as a duo, recording demo tapes at night in Daly City, California, on a 1-inch 4-track Ampex tape machine Buckingham kept at the coffee roasting plant belonged to his father. Um, Kept at the coffee roasting plant belonging to his father. They secured a deal with Polydor Records, and the and let's see, eponymous Buckingham Nicks was released in 1973. The album was not a commercial success, and Polydor dropped the pair. With no money coming in with their debut album, and Buckingham contracting, let's see here, uh, mononucleosis, mononucleosis shortly after Nicks began. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see here. It's a glandular fever, an infection usually caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. Most people are infected by the virus as children. Huh. In young adults, the disease often results in fever, sore throat, and large lymph nodes in the neck, and fatigue. Most people recover in 2 to 4 weeks. However, fatigue may last months. The liver spleen may also become swollen, and in less than 1% of cases, splenic rupture may occur. Wow, it sounds somewhat serious. Um, so let's see here. Shortly thereafter, Nicks began working multiple jobs. She waited tables and cleaned producer Keith Olsen's house, where Nicks and Buckingham lived for a time before moving in with producer Richard to shoot. She soon started using cocaine. We were told that it was recreational, that it was not dangerous. Nicks told Chris Isaak in 2009. While living with Deschutes, Buckingham landed. While living with Deschutes, Buckingham landed a guitar role with the Everly Brothers in 1972 on their tour. Nicks stayed behind working on songwriting herself. During this time, Nicks wrote Rhinon after seeing the name in the novel Triad by Mary Leader. 5 years later, a fan sent her the Mabinogion novels of Evangeline Walton that feature the legendary character Rhiannon, and Nicks later brought the film rights to Walton's work in the hopes of bringing the epic to the screen. She also wrote Landslide, inspired by the scenery of Aspen, and her slowly deteriorating relationship with Buckingham. In late '74, Keith Olsen played the Buckingham Nicks track "Frozen Love" for drummer Mick Fleetwood, who had come to Sound City in California in research of a recording studio. Fleetwood remembered Buckingham's guitar work when guitarist Bob Welsh departed to pursue a solo career. On December 31st, 1974, Fleetwood called Buckingham, inviting him to join the band. Buckingham refused, insisting that Nicks and he were a package deal, and that he would not join without her. The group decided that incorporating the pair would improve Fleetwood Mac. The first rehearsals confirmed this feeling with the harmonies of the newcomers, adding a pop accessibility to the band's former style blues-based rock. In 1975, Fleetwood Mac achieved worldwide success with the album Fleetwood Mac. Nicks' Ryan On was voted one of the 500 greatest songs of all time by Rolling Stone. Her live performance of the song throughout the decades began to take on a theatrical intensity, which differs from how the song plays on the album. The song built to a climax in which Nicks' vocals were so impassioned that Mick Fleetwood declared her Ryan On. In those days was like an exorcism. Landslide became another hit from the album with 3 million airplays. Becoming aware of her image as a performer, Nicks worked with clothing designer Margie Kent to develop a unique onstage look. Her costumes had a bohemian style that featured flowing skirts, shawls, and platform boots. While Nicks and Buckingham achieved professional success with Fleetwood Mac, their personal relationship was eroding. Nicks ended the relationship. Fleetwood Mac began recording their follow-up album Rumors in early 1976, and continued until late in that year. Also, Nicks and Buckingham sang backup on Warren Zevon's Eponymous second album. So anyway, and things just boomed from there. I mean, Rumors became a huge album, as I talked about in the beginning. But you got uh, all these members in this band that have been divorced and have broken up with each other, and have written songs at the time about um, all their feelings about each other, like not good feelings. Um, and Fleetwood Mac became very well known for a band that a love story, but a very sad one between all the members. But that element, everything that these members went through, Christy McVie, and Stevie Nicks, the relationship she had with Lindsey Buckingham, where they're not together anymore, but still performing on stage, those emotions would come out to play on stage. And it just brought an element to the band that just no other band ever had. You could, see the emotions between everybody on stage, and just all these love-hate feelings between each other, from the divorces and breakups, and these feelings coming out through the lyrical content, and for them all to be able to perform on stage together, with all these feelings they have with each other, which were not good. But it came out in this music in a way that just it made this band so unique. And just this whole band is just the Fleetwood Mac was just a very mystical, enchanting kind of a band with just a lot of emotion. And you can see that through their performances, again, the feelings they have with each other. But it was an element that worked. They stuck with each other and brought their feelings out through this music, through the lyrics, and how they even the tempos and everything with their music. So, but I'm really happy that Stevie Nicks went out and branched out on her own and did some great music. And I've got every CD that she's brought out. I wish she would bring out some more live albums. I've got one live album here that I'll reveal here shortly. But I wish she would have brought out more live albums. There's a DVD I'm trying to find of hers, but I watched it on YouTube. It's live at Red Rocks, and I can't remember what year that was exactly, but um, once I get to the album on here that she was touring that concert with, I'll be able to tell you what year approximately that was. Um, but Stevie Nicks, her solo career, I think is just outstanding. There's a lot more I could discuss about Fleetwood Mac, but I'm going to move on from that. I just wanted to give you guys a little back history of kind of where Stevie Nicks got her start and what brought her to um, the level of fame that she's at. So anyway, I want to get into her first album here. Um, there's so much about there's so much stuff that I could keep reading on about Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks, but we would be here for a good week, I bet. So anyway, um, there's just so much history on her and just so much success and achievements she's made that just blows me away. But um, let's get into her first disc, Belladonna, from 1981. Of course, the debut solo studio album by American singer Stevie Nicks, songwriter, released on July 27, 1981. This album peaked at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 in September of 1981. Belladonna was awarded platinum status by the Recording Industry Association of America on October 7th, 1981, less than 3 months after its release, and in 1990 was certified quadruple platinum for 4 million copies shipped. Belladonna spent nearly 3 years on the Billboard 200 from July 1981 to June of 1984. This album is 41 minutes and 48 in length, 41 minutes 48 seconds in length. Genre rock. Recorded at Studio 55, Goodnight, L.A. And it was between autumn of 1980. It was recorded between autumn of 1980 and spring of 1981. Again, released July 27th of 1981. On Modern Records, Atco was the label, and my gosh, so many great songs on this. But this is Belladonna right here, and this is the remastered deluxe edition. Um, and it's just got some really cool photos of her on the inside. Um, just her enchanting look that she's got, just very mystical, enchanting, and the way she dances is just, I don't know, the way she dances and the way she moves, it's just very charismatic almost, and very mesmerizing. Almost puts you in a trance watching her. Um, but this is such a great album, and so of course, "Stop Dragging My Heart Around" with Tom Petty was a huge song, and "Edge of 17," um, and "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Um, I think I've already mentioned that one. "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Um, yeah, huge hit. "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Um, See, this is a song recorded by Steve Nicks and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and released at the first single from Nicks's debut solo album, Belladonna. So that was the very first uh, single that came out, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And then Edge of 17 um, was another huge hit off of this album. Um, but so many great songs on here. Belladonna, track 1, 2, Kind of Woman, 3, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, 4, Think About It, Five After the Glitter Fades, which is another great song. Edge of 17, that was another big hit of hers. How Still My Love, Leather and Lace, great ballad. Outside the Rain, and The Highwayman. And then this has some bonus tracks, alternate versions, and then it's got a great live album from 1981, which she starts out with Gold Dust Woman, Golden Braid, I Need to Know, Outside the Rain, Dreams, Angel, After the Glitter Fades, Leather and Lace, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Belladonna, another great song, by the way, Sarah, um, from Fleetwood Mac, How Still My Love, Edge of 17, and Ryan On from Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, great album. And there's the back of it right there. But a lot of great songs on this. And definitely one of my favorites. So again, Belladonna from 1981, right there. If you don't have any Stevie Nicks albums and you are a fan of what you do see with her, or what you've seen with her over the years, and you don't have anything of hers yet, all of her music's great on all of her albums. I really think she's got just everything. I think everything she does is just terrific. I really do. So anyway, I am giving the cigar a second relight. I don't know if I'm just talking too much still, not puffing enough, but I really have high hopes for the cigar. So I'm hoping that the second relight will be the last one here. Um, and let's see here. Second album is The Wild Heart. Definitely one of my absolute favorite albums of her. And as you can see in the background here, I've got this vinyl, and I've actually got it autographed by her. Of course, I did not meet her. I got this from a really good seller on eBay that had a good rating. Uh, he got it signed by her, got to meet her once and had it signed. And looking at all of her other signatures, of course, not everyone's signatures. When you got artists doing multiple signatures, a lot of signatures on different albums or whatever, their signatures are always going to look a little different. And it also depends on how fast they're autographing things. Their signature after doing so many autographs, they start getting tired of signing, and their signatures get a little more sloppy looking. But comparing that signature and looking at it pretty closely and comparing it to other signatures out there of hers that looked pretty legit. So anyway, but so I do believe that is a real autograph from her, and one of my absolute favorite albums from her. Um, and so anyway, this album again is The Wild Heart, and this is a remastered edition here. There's the back of it right there. And one of her sisters has sang with her throughout the years. There's another photo of her, and this album here, yeah, terrific album. Belladonna was great. That was a great album. This one, I believe, is even a little bit better um, in my eyes. But was released June 10th of 1983. Was recorded between autumn of 1982 and spring of 1983. Something about autumn and spring that she likes to record during that part of the season. But she recorded this at Goodnight Dallas in Dallas, Texas, Record Plant Los Angeles, Record Plant New York City, Studio 55 Los Angeles, The Hit Factory in New York City, and A&R Recording New York City. Genre rock, pop rock, synthesizer rock. Length of this album is 44 minutes and 27 seconds on Modern Records. Producer Jimmy Levine, Gordon Perry, and Tom Petty. which if anyone out there that's listening to this right now is a diehard Stevie Nicks fan, you know that her and Tom Petty were really great friends. Stevie Nicks even wanted to be a part of or a part of Tom Petty's band at one time as a backup singer, I believe is what it was, which that never happened. But they did join each other on stage, ever so often to sing, "Stop Dragging My Heart Around," and I think she's helped him sing a few other songs too, off and on. Um, Track listing on this is Wild Heart, If Anyone Falls in Love, which If Anyone Falls in Love is absolutely one of my absolute favorite songs from Stevie Nicks. Um, Gate and Garden, Enchanted, Nightbird. If Anyone Falls in Love is just, man, it's a song that I just can't even put in words how beautiful it is. Um, it's just got such a good vibe to that song. Um, and it's just got a good flow to it. And it's just, man, it's a romantic kind of rock song. And then Stand Back, which is another huge hit of hers. That's probably one of my absolute favorite songs of hers as well. And that was a huge hit on MTV. I Will Run You duet with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So that's another duet she's done with him. Nothing Ever Changes. Sable and Blonde, Beauty and the Beast, which is a very sultry kind of very slow ballad kind of a song. Um, yeah, a terrific album, really is. And this album was let's see here. Trying to see where this album ranked. Let's see. Um, this peaked at number 5 on the U.S. Billboard charts, the top Billboard 200 at number 5. Um, Achieved platinum status on September 12th, 1983. This album has shipped 2 million copies in the U.S. alone. So, pretty successful album, also, and one of my absolute favorites. So, again, this one is, of course, um, The Wild Heart. The Wild Heart, released in 1983. So, yeah. And yeah, just a terrific album. I love the album cover on that as well. Um, really kind of reminds me of the Belladonna cover a little bit. Of course, clothing a little different, a little more witch-like kind of clothing on this one. Um, but yeah, I just love those first two album covers. I really do. Um, and then we've got Rock a Little from 1985 right here. And there's the back of it right there. Um, really neat picture of Stevie Nicks on the inside. Just that very sultry look on her face, almost a sad look on her face. Um, but just looking into her eyes, I just get hypnotized just looking into her eyes and just how she carries herself. It's just very, again, just very mesmerizing. Just her presence, the way she looks. And I'm still hoping to catch her in concert eventually. I don't know how much more touring she's going to do at her age, but I do hope I have another chance at getting to see her somehow. I would really like to see her. But anyway, first song on this song is I Can't Wait, which was a huge song on MTV. Rock It a Little, Go Ahead Lily, Sister Honey, I Sing for the Things, Imperial Hotel, Some Become Strangers, Talk to Me, another huge hit. A little bit of a toned down rock song, kind of a love story, kind of a type of song. The Nightmare, If I Were You, No Spoken Word, And very last one, has anyone ever written anything for you? A very slow, very heartfelt kind of a ballad. But so anyway, but yeah, I was gonna tell you guys on the first, uh, I rate that first album, Belladonna, probably at least an 8 out of 10. Um, just a great album, but I really love the Wild Heart. I put that at a 9 out of 10. Um, that's my rating on that, and my rating on this album here, um, probably a six, probably a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's a great album, also. Um, again, released November 18th of 1985. Recorded, well, I'm sorry, yeah, released November 18th of 1985. And again, this is the Rock a Little album I'm discussing here. Recorded between 1984 and 1985, genre pop rock, synthesizer rock or synth rock. Length is 45 minutes 20 seconds. Label modern. Producer Jimmy Levine, Rick Knowles, Mike Campbell, uh, Chas Stanford, and Keith Olsen. Um, and let's see here. This one charted um, on the US Billboard 200 at 12, UK charts at 30. So not quite a successful album. And again, I rated about 7 or 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good album, in my opinion. I think it's a very enjoyable listen. And of course, there's a lot of other countries that it charted. I think it charted the best on the Australian Kent Music Report albums chart at number 5, but on the US Billboard at 12. So not quite as successful as the first two albums. Um, but pretty successful still. I mean, overall. Um, yeah, because the Wild Heart was at number 5 on the U.S. Billboard 200. Um, number 3 on the U.S. Rock Albums Billboard. Number 5 on the, oh gosh, Icelandic albums from Iceland, I'm guessing. So and then of course Belladonna, that was charted at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard album. So you got the first album number 3, you got the second one at 5, and now the newest album, or this album at the time, Rock a Little, was at 12. So it really was not as successful as the first two albums. Even though I think it's a great album still, it's definitely, in my eyes, not quite as good as the first two albums, but pretty good album still. Um, and then after that, got the other side of the mirror right here. And here's the back of it right there. And this album, um, so this is now her fourth studio album, released on May 30th, 1989 through Modern Records. The album was recorded in California, New York, and Buckinghamshire in England, and is loosely based around the theme of Lewis Carroll's novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. But yeah, with the way she looks on the album cover, and it's got that black and white checkered floor. Yeah, I can see now that got that Alice in Wonderland theme to it. So that makes sense now to me. I was kind of wondering where she got the idea for that. So that is interesting to know, definitely. Yeah, unfortunately, this cigar is not doing as well as I would have hoped. I'm on my third relight. So what I might have to do and I don't think I brought it. I thought about bringing my draw enhancer down with me. I think I forgot it, but um, we'll keep giving this a try here and see if this will get better here. I'm still in the first third. And I could be talking still too much and just not puffing enough. I'm gonna have to try and work on that. See if that helps it along. But yeah, this was recorded in a lot of different studios. Length is 56 minutes and 10 seconds. Producer Rupert Hine, and this charted at number 10. So a little bit better than the previous album, which was Rock a Little. Um, so number 10 on the US Billboard charts, number 3 on the UK album charts, number 8 at Australian Araya album charts. And the track listing on this is Rooms on Fire, which I think is a terrific song. That was on MTV. Long Way to Go, Two Kinds of Love with Bruce Hornsby, Oh My Love, Ghosts, Whole Lot of Trouble. Pretty decent song. A little more of a rock, a little more of a more rock style kind of song. Fire Burning, Cry Wolf, um, Alice. Oh well, that makes sense now. Juliet definitely makes sense. This album. Alice, at number 9. Juliet, Doing the Best That I Can. Escape from Berlin. I Still Miss Someone. Blue Eyes, which was recorded by Johnny Cash. Um, and Roy Cash Jr. So, and again, 12 minutes, 56 seconds on this album right here. So anyway, a good album. Um, Probably a little bit better than the Rock a Little album. So I'm probably going to put this album like an 8 out of 10 on that album. I thought it was a really enjoyable listen. And then we got the Best of Stevie Nicks, um, which came out in, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what year that came out. Let's see. I think this came out in 1991, I believe, 1991. This is just a greatest hits album. No new songs on it or anything, but I just had this in with my collection. But really good greatest hits album, the best of Stevie Nicks. There's the back of it right there. And I don't think a lot going on the inside of this. Yeah, a little bit going on the inside of this. Um, there's her right there with her singers, her background singers. And I want to say the redhead there is her sister, I want to say, if I remember right. I can't remember which one, but I believe one of these is her sister, I believe. And I wish I could remember which one it is. But um, let me see if I can find that out real quick. Yeah, I'm not getting anything on the background singers here. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Lori Perry Nicks. Lori Perry Nicks. But I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure which one she is in this picture, but um I don't know. I'm tending to think it's the brunette there. They look pretty similar in to in the face area, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, I do know her sister is someone that sings, has over the years sung with her, and as background vocals, and even been with her on tour. Anyway, so the next album is Street Angel, which I thought this was a really good album. This was Stevie said this was the worst album she's done. And yeah, I mean, with good reason. It's the fifth studio album by Stevie Nicks, of course, released in 1994. The album peaked at number 45 on the Billboard 200 album charts and has been certified gold by RIAA for shipments over 500,000 copies. Was released May 23rd, 1994 in the UK, June 7th, 1994 in the US. Was recorded between July of 1992 and February of 1993, June of 1993, January through February of 1994. Studio, Ocean Way in Hollywood, A&M Hollywood, Groove Master, Santa Monica. Genre, rock, of course. Length, 57 minutes and 32 seconds. On Modern Atlantic Records in the U.S. and Canada. Emmy International. Producer, Stevie Nicks. Tom Panunzio, Roy Bittan, and Glenn Parrish. Track listing on this is Blue Denim, Greta, Street Angel, Docklands, Listen to the Rain, Destiny, Unconditional Love, Love is Like a River, Rose Garden, Maybe Love Will Change Your Mind, Just Like a Woman. And I want to say Maybe Love Will Change Your Mind was the main song off of this album. Kick It and Jane. And I really thought this was an enjoyable listen. I really did. And it's hard to believe that's number 45 on the U.S. Billboard charts. The highest that it was rated was 16 on the UK official albums chart. So anyway, that's hard to believe, but I really thought I thought it was a decent album. I was expecting the worst with this when I listened to it, but I actually thought it was a decent listen. I really enjoyed listening to it. I thought there was some good rock kind of tunes on here and, some slower kind of music too, but I thought it was just a really enjoyable album. I really did. And I can see why she said it was her worst. But sometimes, someone's worst can be your best. And I'd say this is one of I would say this is one of her best recordings. I really liked it. It was a relaxing album, but enjoyable, really, really enjoyable. Um, but I would put this at probably at least a 6 out of 10, on this album. But yeah, I thought it was an enjoyable listen. So if you guys have heard bad things about this, listen to it for yourself and see what you think. I did. I thought it was a good album. I really did. Um, and again, that came out in 19 in the U.S. It came out in 1994, and then let's see. So her big comeback album was in 2001 with Trouble in Shangri-La right here. So this is her sixth studio album. Um, and there's the back of it right there. And there's a really nice picture of Stevie Nicks, I kind of thought right there on the inside. But anyway, this album was really good. Um, Over time, I mean, she in her beginning albums very rock like. Um, Very rock like kind of songs, with some ballads. Um, as time went on, her music kind of tones down and kind of tones down a little bit. Very enjoyable to listen to still, but kind of tones down her music. It's a little more mellower kind of music. With a little bit of some rock, a little more kind of rockers here and there. Um, So anyway, I've had to do several relights on this, but on this relight, it seems like it's really opened up. So the first third, not so hot, not so great. Had to do several relights, but now I'm getting close to the second third now. It seems like it's really opening up more. I'm getting that smoke off the cigar like I got in the beginning, and it's really the foot's really lit up very well. Really beautiful orangish glow. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. So Shangri-La is the sixth studio album by American singer Stevie Nicks. Released on May 1st, 2001. It was her first solo studio album since 1994's Street Angel. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 Nicks, highest peak since 1983's The Wild Heart, selling 109,000 copies in its first week. It remained in the top 10 the following week at number 9 with 76,000 additional copies sold. Trouble in Shangri-La spent a total of 20 weeks on the chart and was certified gold by RIAA within 6 weeks of release for shipments of 500,000 units. As of February 2011, it has sold over 663,000 copies in the United States. Released on May 1st, 2001, recorded between 1995 and 2001. She really took a lot of time with this album. And just a lot of studios. My God, I'd be here all day with all the studios she used. A lot of studios, a lot of studios. Genre rock and country, and I do agree with that. There's definitely some hints of country in this album. Length is 56 minutes. Label reprise. Producer John Shanks, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, which he did some music on this album with her. Mike Campbell, which did some music with her on this album as well. Jeff Trott, David Kahn, Rick Nels, Pierre Merchant. Um, so the tracks on this is Trouble in Shangri-La with producer John Shanks and Stevie Nicks. Candle Bright, produced by Sheryl Crow and Nicks. Sorcerer, which I believe, yeah, Sheryl Crow sings with her on this song. Planet of the Universe by Stevie and Shanks. Uh, Every Day by Shanks and Damon Johnson. So they're the ones that wrote that, have the writing credits for that. Too Far from Texas, duet with Natalie Maines. Written by Stevie as well, along with some other artists. That Made Me Stronger. Another good song, It's Only Love, Love Changes, I Miss You, Bombay Sapphires, Fall from Grace, and Love Is. So 13 tracks on this album. A little bit of a, I don't know, this album was just a little bit too long for me, but a good listen though. It was a good listen. I did enjoy it, but her music has really started toning down more at this point, even more so than Street Angel. Um, this one's toned down a lot more, which I still love her voice. I still love her style. I still love everything she does. But this is just, there's some good little rocker kind of tunes in this, but more on the countryside, I would definitely agree. But it is a good album. It really is a good album. Uh, it's probably not the first choice of albums I would listen to. I'm gonna go back to her really early stuff. It's more of the stuff that I gravitate towards, but definitely a good album. I mean, it's one that I break out once in a while to listen to. Just her voice is incredible on this album, and her vocal ranges and that sultry voice she's got, raspy, sultry kind of voice she's got, still there. But yeah, good album. But I'd probably rate this for me. Even though this was one of her highest ranked albums, I'd probably put this at a number 7 out of 10. There's some songs I could do or do without on this album, but I love her voice and everything she does. And then she's brought out another. greatest hits album here called Crystal Visions. So this is another good greatest hits album to own. There's the back of it. Here it is. This is where I heard it. She did Rock and Roll Live on this. But I think I did see it on YouTube as well, her singing that on one of her shows. Um, and I don't think there's any new songs on this besides the Rock and Roll Live. Um, it's also got a live track of Edge of 17 with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. So there's some live stuff on here that, she didn't put on anything else. That'd be the only thing that would make this really different. Other than that, a lot of the songs, she's got some songs on here from her past albums that she didn't put on her last greatest hits album. And then there's some live stuff on here that I think was really enjoyable to listen to, especially rock and roll from Led Zeppelin. Wow, this cigar is still doing really good right now. Really good. Um, it's really doing well, actually. My gosh. The draw is terrific. It's even better now than what it was. Um, and the taste notes are great still. Getting some nuttiness to it, actually, some creaminess. Um, getting some nice dark roast coffee. Getting some dark chocolate. Getting just some slight spice right now. Still getting some really, really terrific smoke off of this. Yeah, this is really opening up and doing very well right now. It's starting to build up some nice ash that it really wasn't doing before because of it going out on me. But yeah, I'm going into the second third, and it's really doing much better now. The first third, I'd probably have to rate it probably a 3 out of 10. But this now that I'm in the getting to the second third and it's doing as well as it is, my rating could go up to maybe a 7 out of 10. We'll see if it continues on here to do well. So anyway, guys, um, good greatest hits album with some live tracks that she did put on the other greatest hits album. Um, but yeah, the rock and roll live song on this is really really good. And Edge of 17 live with the Melbourne Symphony, another great live track on this for sure. Um, and then she's also got Silver Springs on this with Fleetwood Mac. So on this, she's actually got some she's got some stuff with Fleetwood Mac. Um, yeah, so with this greatest hits, it's just strictly Stevie Nicks songs. On this one, she's got a little bit of some Fleetwood Mac, some live stuff, that she hadn't put out on anything else. Um, but yeah, Silver Springs on this was a song that was originally supposed to be on Rumors, but they took it off and put it on a B side of one of the songs off of that album. I'll have to try and remember what song that was. That was the B side for Silver Springs was on. But yeah, so a little bit of some Fleetwood Mac on this as well. Some live stuff that's really good. So both of her greatest hits albums are great. They really are. I'd have to say this one here is a little better, just because it's got some live stuff and it's got a little bit of some Fleetwood Mac stuff. So anyway, next album is In Your Dreams. That came out in 2011, right there. And this is a good album. I would have to say this one. It may not say it on the charts, which I'll find out, but um, I'd have to say it's a little bit better than this one. This one was much better than what I expected. I wasn't expecting this album to be any better than this one really. But this one I thought really stood out more than the previous album she did. So this is In Your Dreams, seventh studio album, released on May 3rd, 2011 by Reprise Records. It is her first solo studio album since Trouble in Shangri-La in 2001. So it took a little bit of time for her to bring this album out. Um, and also coincides with the 30th anniversary of the release of her debut solo album, Belladonna. Um, and again, it does have a little bit of some country kind of edge to it, but not as much as the Trouble in Shangri-La album. On Reprise Records, producer David Stewart and Glenn Billard. 64 minutes is this album. It's a little bit of a longer album, but I really enjoyed listening to this whole thing. I really enjoyed it. Hmm. I can't believe how good the cigar is doing now. I'm really getting impressed with it now. Really happy with the cigar now. It took just a little bit to really get it going the way it needed to, but I'm glad it's going now. I'm glad I didn't give up on it. Anyway, In Your Dreams was recorded between February and December of 2010, and then again released May 3rd, 2011. Um, Singles off of this album was Secret Love, and this album charted at number 6 on the U.S. Billboard 200. Trying to remember where Trouble in Shangri-La charted. I think that was at number 5, if I remember right. Yeah, number 5. This charted at number 6, which I think really this one should have been, you know, rated at number 6 on the U.S. Billboard 200, and this one should have been at number 5. I really believe. Just a little bit of a better album in my eyes, and personnel: Stevie Nicks on this album, Sharon Solani on backing vocals, Lori Nicks on backing vocals again, Mick Fleetwood on drums, and Lindsey Buckingham on guitar backing vocals on Soldier's Angel. Um, and Yeah, just a really good album. And this gentleman here has been with the Eurythmics, and why I can't think of his name right now, I don't know why. Um, I'm gonna have to look that up really quick because this is gonna drive me crazy. Let's see here. Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart. So okay. That makes more sense now. So, um, guitars and vocals, Dave Stewart does with her on this album. So anyway, but yeah, he did a great job on this. He's usually, I think he's on the Eurythmics. I think he's more known for his keyboard playing, if I remember right. But anyway, really good album though. And the track listing on this again is Secret Love, For What It's Worth, In Your Dreams, Wide Sargasso Sea, New Orleans, Moonlight, A Vampire's Dream, which I thought that was a really good song on this album. Annabelle Lee, A Soldier's Song featuring Lindsey Buckingham, Everybody Loves You featuring Dave Stewart, Ghosts Are Gone, You May Be the One, Italian Summer, Cheaper Than Free featuring David Stewart. So, but anyway, yeah, really good album, guys. Definitely check this album out if you haven't yet. And I guess if I had been reading the hype sticker a little bit better, co-produced by Dave Stewart, and Glenn Ballard, featuring the song "Secret Love," "Cheaper Than Free." So those were the standout tracks on this album. Anyway, yeah, good album though, guys. I really do like this. I do recommend you picking this up and listening to it. And again, that was the let's see here. I'm trying to remember what number we're on here. Well, I can't remember what number we're on here now. Gosh. Number seven. So this is that's her seventh studio album right there. Seventh studio album. Man, had a brain fart there. And then right now, her current album is a 24 karat gold, songs from the vault. These are songs that she wrote, over the years, but just never put anything out on any of her past albums. But this is a really good album. Takes a little longer to listen to. Um, Length of this album is 63 minutes and 51 seconds. That's a standard edition. The deluxe edition is 72 minutes and 29 seconds, which I don't believe I got the deluxe. This is not the deluxe, I believe. But really good album. And I love the back of it there. I love that picture of her there. And love that picture of her as well. Yeah, oh my gosh. Those older days of Stevie Nicks. Even when she was with Fleetwood Mac in the 70s, she was really cute. But once she got into the 80s and started going out on her own, she just got so gorgeous. My God, I still think she's the hottest thing to walk this earth, besides my wife. Besides my wife, my wife's number one, but Stevie Nicks is number two. So for the hottest women in my life, I believe. So anyway, gotta put my wife at number one. She's the love of my life, my dream girl, the girl that, and when we went to high school together, that I had the biggest crush on, that I could never ask out. I thought my wife in high school was the most beautiful girl in high school, and I still think she is. But Stevie Nicks is right behind my wife. So anyway, but yeah, I think Stevie Nicks is the hottest thing to come into the rock scene and to be a part of the rock scene. Yeah. So anyway, Stevie Nicks, you're always going to be, that girl for me, besides my wife, of course. So anyway, but yeah, so a lot of great songs on this album. Um, Starshine, The Dealer, Mabel Normand, Blue Water featuring Lady Antebellum, Cat House Blues, 24 Karat Gold, Hard Advice, Lady, I Don't Care, All the Beautiful Worlds, Belle Fleur, If You Were My Love, Carousel, She Loves Him Still. Um, that's what's on this album. So on the deluxe, there's other songs too. Um, yeah, so there's 14 songs on the regular album. There's two extra songs on the deluxe. So charts, for the top Billboard 200, it was at number seven. For U.S. vinyl albums on the Billboard charts at number five. Um, Number three on the U.S. top rock albums Billboard. So anyway, it's rated pretty good, and I'd put this out a probably a 7 out of 10. I don't know if I remember rating this one, but probably, yeah, an 8 out of 10 on this one. Probably a 7 out of 10, just because of the length of it. It's just a lengthy album. Um, and the songs are really good overall. There's a few songs in there that I could do or do without, but overall pretty good. Pretty good album. So, and then for live stuff, this is a great live album right here. I really enjoyed this double disc live album from the 24 karat gold tour, and that's why I chose this cigar, just because of the gold band. I thought that'd go great with the whole theme of Stevie Nicks today. Um, but my God, there's so many great songs on this, and it's just a really good package. Really love the packaging on this album, and it's a double disc set, and it's got a nice book with it, with a lot of great pictures in it. Here's the hype stickers from Target, and the other hype sticker here that's got some of the standout songs on this album right there that I held on to. But it's got some nice pictures on the inside. Um, so there's just one of the pages right there. Um, yeah, really good album. And one thing I gotta bring up also, I love the guitars that Stevie Nicks has had over the years. Um, I never did go through the personnel with her on these albums. Um, but her guitarist Wachtel, Robert Waddy Wachtel, born May 24th, 1947. Uh, he's done a lot of work with different artists: Linda Ronstadt, Beth Hart, Stevie Nicks, the biggest, Miranda Lambert, Kim Carnes, Randy Newman, Keith Richards, the Rolling Stones, lead guitar on Saint of Me, John Bon Jovi, James Taylor, Iggy Pop, Warren Zevon, Brian Ferry, Michael Sweet. I didn't know that he did any work with Michael Sweet from Stryper. Huh. Jackson Brown, Carla Bonoff, The Motels, and Andrew Gold, both in studio and live. And I'll see if I can get this picture to show up. But yeah, there he is right there. But man, what a great guitarist. Such an underrated guitarist. But he's stuck with Stevie Nicks from the beginning till recent. And I just love his guitaring. I think he's great on stage as well. And I just love that guy. I think he's added an element to Stevie Nicks's music. And I'm glad he's been with her over the years, especially on stage. And he's a reason why I want to see Stevie Nicks as well, because I've always wanted to see him on stage with her. Those two together on stage, just they're just terrific together. They really are. And there's another picture of him there. But I love watching him on stage. He's just a terrific guitarist. He really is. And again, that's Waddy Wachtel. Yeah, really good guy. I just love his guitaring. And he's done a lot more work than I thought. I thought he was mainly with Stevie Nicks. I didn't realize he had done so much work with other artists out there. Um, but yeah, I wanted to tell you guys the songs off of this live album. And this album's getting more expensive. So if you find it at a good deal, grab it up if you love Stevie Nicks, especially if you love live music. Golden Braid, If Anyone Falls in Love, or If Anyone Falls, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Belle Fleur, Gypsy, Wild Heart, Belladonna, Enchanted, New Orleans, Starshine, Moonlight, A Vampire's Dream. And that was on disc one. Disc two is Stand Back, Crying in the Night, If You Were My Love, Gold Dust Woman, Edge of 17, and Ryan On and Landslide. So the last few songs she does on this, one, two, three, actually the last four songs are all Fleetwood Mac songs. So, but my favorite Fleetwood Mac song with her is Gold Dust Woman. That is my favorite, absolute favorite song of hers was Fleetwood Mac. But again, yeah, 24 Karat Gold Live uh, from the 24 Karat Gold Tour. Terrific album. Terrific live album. I really love that album. Um, and then, of course, the famous Fleetwood Mac Rumors with Stevie Nicks on the front and Mick Fleetwood. Um, and this is the album that she brought out Goldust Woman off of, which is the last track on this album. But man, this album is just terrific. Which I'll be doing another show with Fleetwood Mac. That's in the plans. But there's Stevie Nicks with Fleetwood Mac right there in the middle. Yeah, she was cute as hell back then, but boy, in the '80s, she got to be really hot, I thought. Um, so anyway, there's all the Stevie Nicks stuff that I own. Um, I've got a great concert DVD with Fleetwood Mac and her, and she's just terrific on that. Which I'll get into that on another show sometime where I discuss all the Fleetwood Mac stuff. Um, but yeah, I do want to show a video or two, probably one video of hers at least. And I when I play a video on my channel here, um, majority of the time YouTube does not take my stuff down, but sometimes it happens. So with this video I'm going to play, I really hope it stays up. And then I'll get into some quick heavy metal birthdays and some heavy metal news. And I might do a few shout outs here. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. But I might do, a few shout outs here, maybe with some of the newer members. I've done a lot of shout outs with everybody over time. So if I don't get you today, please don't be upset or offended. Just message me, let me know, and I'll make sure I get you. I'll make sure I get a shout out to you, definitely. Maybe on the next podcast coming up. So anyway, let's look at my favorite video from Stevie Nicks. Um, you guys are gonna think, God, you're a heavy metal guy. What are you doing liking Stevie Nicks? Well, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, metal is my number one choice of music, but there are some other artists that are other genres that I just absolutely love and adore. Um, and Stevie Nicks is one of them. So, but let me go to my screen share and let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. And guys, if this gets taken down, I apologize ahead of time. Um, I can put a link in the comment section on this if you want to go to YouTube to find this particular video I'm going to play you. Um, but you can easily go to YouTube and find it as well. But anyway, so let's see what happens here. Let's hope for the best here. So, and this is Stand Back from Stevie Nicks. Oh, what a terrific song. And let's see here.
I never thought there would be life after you, but there was.
You gonna live in your sadness or die in it?
I'm gonna live in it. Do you hate me?
I've gone from hating you.
That's not the one I wanted to play here. I'm gonna go and do another video. What the hell? I want to do if anyone falls and if anyone falls. This is another. This is the other song that's off of Wild Heart besides Stand Back. I think this is just a beautiful video of hers as well. So what the hell? Let's do it. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens with that, with these two videos. That was Stand Back and If Anyone Falls from the Wild Heart album that I've got right here. Um, there's so many other great videos she has too. I mean, but those are my top two favorites of hers. Um, and you can't deny how gorgeous she is. You can't deny how gorgeous she was in those videos. Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Again, I just played Stand Back and If Anyone Falls. And again, I apologize if these videos get taken down. I know I'm taking a risk when I do this, but I hope they stay up. I really do. But anyway, you guys can't deny how gorgeous she was back in those early videos. And the other most beautiful women in rock too is Anna and Nancy Wilson from Heart, and of course Lita Ford and Joan Jett. They're right up there as well. But I gotta say, Stevie Nicks is my all-time favorite out of everyone. Um, yeah, Anna and Nancy Wilson would probably come in second for the most beautiful women in rock, and Lita Ford would have to come in third, and Joan Jett at number four. And I know I'm probably missing some other ones out there. Um, and the lead singer for Warlock, Doro Pesh, she's right up there too. I mean, my gosh, back in the 80s. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I hope your love for Stevie Nicks is as strong as mine is. Um, let's see here. I was going to discuss a few birthdays for March. Let's see here. Okay, let's see who we got for birthdays. I'm not putting them up on the screen this time, but Roger Daltrey from The Who. He was born on March 1st, 1944. Singer-songwriter. He's at the age of 82 right now. And then you got John Bon Jovi. He had a birthday March 2nd, and he was born in 1962, so he's at the age of 64. You guys know who John Bon Jovi is. Lead singer for Bon Jovi, singer-songwriter. Also plays some guitar. Um, and we got Tobias Forge from Ghost, the lead singer for Ghost. He was born March 3rd, 1981. He's at the age of 45. Saw Ghost last year, and they were just terrific. Jason Newsted, ex-Metallica, ex-Newsted. He was born March 4th, 1963. He was the bass player for Metallica, Newsted. The Newsted band he had was terrific. It didn't last very long, but they had some terrific songs. He's at the age of 63. Let's see, who else do we got? Tom Scholz of Boston. That's another band I really love. They'd be more in the hard rock genre, I'd say. Um, born March 10th, 1947. He's at the age of 79. Guitarist, singer, songwriter at least. Jeff Amont from Pearl Jam, bass player for Pearl Jam, born March 10th, 1963, at the age of 63. Vinnie Paul, rest in peace. He was born March 11th, 1964. We lost him sometime back, but he would be 62 if he was alive right now. And of course, he was the drummer for Pantera and Hell Yeah, along with Dimebag Darrell. Rick Rubin from Def Jam Records, producer, born March 10th of 1963. He's at the age of 63. Very famous producer. Steve Harris from Iron Maiden, bass player, bass player, songwriter. He's really the backbone of all the songwriting for all the lyrics for Iron Maiden, but he's at the age of 70 right now. Um, David David Draymond, lead singer for Disturbed, singer-songwriter, born March 13th, 1973, at the age of 53. And that is, let's see. And then tomorrow is Nancy Wilson's birthday. She'll be 72 years old tomorrow. She was born March 16th, 1954. Guitar singer, songwriter as well for Heart. See who else we got going on here. This website works way better on my laptop than what it does on my phone here. Dee Snider, he was born yesterday. Well, he wasn't born yesterday, but his birthday was yesterday. Or actually, that's today. I'm sorry, today. Today's March 15th. So he was born March 15th of 1955. He's at the age of 71 right now. And of course, he's not going to be able to tour, he's not going to be able to sing for the tour that Twisted Sister is going to be doing this fall, I believe, is when it's going to start. Of course, you guys have heard Sebastian Bach's the lead singer, going to be the singer taking his place for the Twisted Sister tour. Sebastian Bach, ex Skid Row, of course. So he's the one that's been chosen to take Dee Snider's place. The cigar is still doing pretty well, building up some nice white ash there. Still great draw, construction's great. The same great taste notes that I've mentioned. We've got Brett Michaels. He's also got a birthday today. He was born March 15th of 1963. He's, of course, singer, songwriter, Poison, guitarist as well. And let's see here. Tomorrow, Wolfgang Van Halen has a birthday. Band Mammoth, Wolf Van Halen. Of course, you guys all know who Wolfgang Van Halen is. Singer, multi-instrumentalist. So anyway, he's 35, turning 35 tomorrow. So, and let's see here, Scott Gorham of Thin Lizzy and the Black Star Riders. Born March 17th of 1951. He'll be 75 on the 17th. William Patrick Corgan, born March 17th of 1967. Singer, songwriter, guitarist for Smashing Pumpkins. He's at the age of 59. Melissa Ofdermore, she was born March 17, 1972. She's the bass player for the Smashing Pumpkins, as well as she was a member of Hole as well. She's 54 years old, bass player. And she's a great bass player, really great bass player. Then we got Jerry Cantrell. He is the guitar singer for Alice in Chains, born March 18th, 1966. He's at the age of 60 right now. Let's see here. Robert Sweet, he'll have a birthday on the 21st. He was born in 1960. Drummer for Stryper, one of the most underrated drummers, also considered the timekeeper due to his kit being turned sideways so everyone can see how he plays. He's going to be 66 years old. So I think we'll end it there for birthdays. End it there with Robert Sweet, one of my buddies. So we'll end it there. And for heavy metal news, of course, you guys know about Dee Snider taking over or you guys know about Sebastian Bach taking over for Dee Snider. Um, Taylor Momsen on upcoming Pretty Reckless Dear God album coming up. So Taylor Momsen, she was a little girl in the Grinch Stole Christmas. Um, and so she's had a band called Pretty Reckless. So yeah, they got a new album coming out called Dear God. She says she's really proud of this album coming out. I'm anxious to hear it. I love Pretty Reckless. I think that is a great band. Um, Richie Faulkner, the current guitarist for Judas Priest, one of the guitarists for Judas Priest. He's still going physical therapy 3 times a day. Um, I'm trying to remember what happened to him, but he was in some kind of an accident at one time. I think is what it was. Um, I can't remember what happened to him, but he's going through physical therapy. Lamb of God has a new video out called Into Oblivion, which Venom's got a new album coming out called Into Oblivion. Um, Also, so make sure if you're a Venom fan, make sure you check out the new album that's going to be coming out here soon. Jeff Tate shares, if you go to YouTube, you can look at the behind the scenes video for making of the upcoming album Operation Mindcrime 3. That's due out soon. Uh, guitars for the ex guitars for Motorhead, Phil Campbell has passed away at 64. Um, he passed away March 14th, this last Saturday. Um, Phil, and he's had a band called Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. Um, so yeah, so he just passed away. There were some complications during a surgery he had. But Phil is a devoted husband, a wonderful father, and proud and loving grandfather, known affectionately as Bampy. He was deeply loved by all who knew him and will be missed immensely. His legacy, music, and memories he created with so many will live on forever. So yeah, he says we kindly ask our family's privacy and respected during this incredibly difficult time. So anyway, him and Lemmy will be doing some partying up there, up there in the sky. So anyway, so that's sad news for the rock world. Very sad news. Um, Exodus's Gary Holt, which he's been with Slayer too. He says, "I'm not rich, but I'm making a living playing guitar, and that's a gift in itself." Um, Corrosion of Conformity. Any of you fans of them? Announced new drummer Nick Shabachara. Testament announces remastered reissue of Practice What You Preach. And Trickster's got a new album coming out called Trickster's phenomenal new album will probably arrive in early 2027. Everyone is going to be blown away. I'm anxious to hear that. I got to work with Trickster once when they opened up for Stryper in Miami Beach on the Against the Law tour. Got to work with them and Stryper, and I've known the guys in Stryper ever since. Judas Priest guitarist Richie Faulkner, Faulkner's Elegant Weapons, announced his second album, Evolution, shares Bridges' Burn single. And then there will be a new single for the new Pretty Reckless album, Dear God. Let's see, no, that's the name of the album. I just saw something about what the single is going to be. Godsmack has announced a live Mohegan Sun concert film. Original Foreigner singer Lou Graham shares the Time Heals the Pain third single from upcoming released solo album. Okay, here we go. When I Wake Up is the new single from the new Pretty Reckless album, Dear God. So, new single, When I Wake Up. And then Sebastian Bach promises that he's going to give you guys fun and energy in the Twisted Sister tour. Let's see here. Yeah, so that'll be this fall in 2026. Not seeing any tour dates, but he says it's going to be, he's going to show you guys a great time. So we will see how that all plays out. And I think that's it for metal news. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the new Venom album that's coming out. Let's see here. May 1st, 2026. I'm sorry, Lay Down Your Soul. That'll be the first single off of this new album, Into Oblivion. Lay Down Your Soul is the new video. And again, that album is to be released May 1st, I guess. So Into Oblivion, the new Venom album. If you're into Venom, make sure you check out that album. And give you guys a few shout outs just real quick with some new members of my YouTube channel here. Jagalak, Kim Powers, John Serena, the Boutique Cigar Lovers, which I've been a brand ambassador for them on the side, Deanna Rose, Simon White, Shenanigans, Brady Goat 12, Tempe Chris, 0462 Angel, True Devil Form, Duccio Frigimaka, Fragia Camo, I think is how you pronounce it. Mike Schindler, Mike McKenna, Groovy Guru, Luigi Grillone, Chris Gibson, Joe Fielding, Pause for Effect, Ed Franco, Caps on Cameras. Thank you guys for all of you that have joined this channel. I appreciate you guys so much. And on my Facebook group, make sure you check out my Facebook group on Facebook under Harper Cigar Lounge. There's a lot of people signing up to my group page. So all of you guys that have done that, I appreciate it. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. But on the next podcast, I'll do some shout outs of the new Facebook group members on the next Harper Cigar Lounge podcast. I'll make sure I do that for you guys. But I wanted to make sure I recognize the ones that joined this YouTube channel. The cigar's been just off and on doing well. I mean, the construction's been great. The draw's been great. Taste notes have been great. But I've had to do, 4 or 5 relights on this, which is sad because it's a really good cigar overall. I love the taste notes on it, and the dark roast coffee, the nuts, the nuttiness, the creaminess of it. The dark, chocolate. I've gotten some milk chocolate as well. Some nice spice off and on. And the retro hell got some nice spice. Not sure why it's not staying lit as well as it could be. I keep my humidity levels around 64, 65. So I know it's not too moist or anything like that, but it's just the way it was probably rolled, I suppose. Once in a while you get a cigar that just doesn't do as well as others. But I'm gonna rate this probably a 6 out of 10, just because of the relights. I haven't really had to do any touch-ups on it. That's been good. Everything's been good about this except for having to do some relights. But giving a rating of 6 out of 10. I did take the band off, and maybe I can get you guys to see a close-up of that a little bit better now. Yeah, really pretty gold band, really pretty gold. So, but yeah, really good cigar overall. And again, this was the Don KIKI Vintage Gold Label, Toro 6x56, Maduro wrapper with a, let's see here. It was Nicaraguan filler and binder, medium to full strength. And overall, really good cigar. I'm going to continue to smoke this. I think it's a good cigar. I would probably buy another one just to see how the next one does. But just, other than the relights, it's been a really good cigar overall. Really good overall. So anyway, well, guys, I've been enjoying this time with you, of course. And this is season 4, episode 9. Episode 9 of season 4 of Harper Cigar Lounge. I'm Troy Harper again. And I'm wearing a Boston Scally cap today. This is the olive green herringbone Baker Boy right there, 8 panel, and really nice cap. I really love it. Very comfortable cap to wear. There's my cap pin right there. The cap pin says Veritas Equatus, which is justice and justice, power and justice, or something like that. But anyway, guys, I'll put if you like these kind of caps and you're interested in them, again, this is an 8-panel Baker Boy with the button on the top. Herringbone, olive green herringbone. St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I thought I'd wear this today. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this time with me, and I hope the 2 videos do stay up that I put up. Again, discussing Stevie Nicks today, my all-time favorite female rock artist, performer. Just a great lady. Really love her. So anyway, guys, again, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe today. Hit that like. Hit that bell below so you get all the updates on this channel, so you stay up to speed with everything. That way you're always knowing what's going on with everything here with the content. And guys, I appreciate you. I really do. Please share this content with everybody you know. And again, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Hit that like. That will really help this channel to keep growing. But you guys have been the best. And you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are always in my thoughts and prayers. And again, cheers to you guys with my Cuban coffee today. And I'll let you guys know in the comments how this turns out in the end. And I'm rating it a 6 out of 10 right now, but maybe my rating will go up depending on how the rest of this does. So anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I'll see you soon. And God bless you guys. And cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Keep rocking out there. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. I'll see you in the comments. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the next next podcast coming up. You guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend and week coming up again. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.